The NBA will be honoring HBCUs during All-Star Weekend again and moving forward with an HBCU Classic. We'll talk about it right after the bumper. Good people. Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, the NBA will take another step towards building better relationships with HBCUs. Now, as you remember last year during All-Star Weekend, the NBA honored HBCUs and had a bunch of on-the-court things and a bunch of scholarships and all kinds of stuff honoring HBCUs during the 2020 NBA All-Star Weekend. Now, this year, they're stepping it up a little bit even more. I'm going to read to you some from HBCU Gameday. It says, quote, after showing some HBCU love during the 2021 NBA, or I said 2021 NBA All-Star Game, the league has decided to make a deeper investment going forward, including an HBCU Classic. The NBA announced an extension of its ongoing commitment to historically black colleges and universities with new programs designed to create greater opportunity for students and alumni and encourage economic advancement and further celebrate the rich traditions. As a part of the partnership, the NBA will develop new programs and events focused on the HBCU community, specifically around the professional development, career, and advancement, and increase support of the awareness for HBCU athletics and institutions, and will once again team up with the United Negro College Fund and the Thurgood Marshall Fund to do so. The NBA's inaugural HBCU Classic game will feature Howard University and Morgan State University of the MEAC. The game will be played at the Wolstein Center in Cleveland on February 19th and will be broadcast live. Now, they come up with this HBCU Classic. It's really, really cool. We know the push for HBCUs has been a big thing, not just in the NBA, but across the country, because essentially since the start of the George Floyd, the summer of 2020 with what took place with George Floyd, RIP. Now, this has been a really big push by Chris Paul, the NBA PA president. He's the president of the Players Association. He is a huge advocate of HBCUs. He's even put together documentaries. Why Not Us, featuring HBCU North Carolina or Winston-Salem State. No, not Winston-Salem State, North Carolina. A&T, I want to say. No, it was Winston State. Yeah, he did it. He did something with the HBCUs with the Why Not Us series. He did a really good job with that. Then they extended it, the Why Not Us series, to FAMU on the football field, and they're doing a really big thing. And then obviously Deion Sanders is doing his part, pushing and promoting HBCUs along with Eddie George on the football field. Now, here's the thing. This is good, right? Because they're going to donate over $1 million to HBCUs. The Thurgood Marshall Funds and United Negro College Funds, I don't know how great those organizations are now. I'm not sure. Somebody can let me know what they're doing. I assume they're doing really good things. But a lot of times with these kind of situations, the money doesn't always go to the people who need it the most, right? I don't want to sound hypocritical, but that's just the truth, right? Especially when we're talking about Howard University. We all understand what's taking place with Howard University, right? Please let me know if you understand what's taking place with Howard University. If you don't understand what's taking place with Howard University and their students, I want you to look up a hashtag. I think it's called Blackburn Takeover. The hashtag Blackburn Takeover on Twitter. If you put in the hashtag Blackburn Takeover on Twitter, you will see exactly what I am talking about, but we're here to talk about this. I'll talk about Blackburn Takeover in another video, but we're here to talk about this. Here's the only problem I have with this, right? The NBA this year is celebrating its 75th year. And once again, I don't want to take away the fact that the NBA is doing a good, this is doing a good deed with the HBCUs, donating money, highlighting them, specializing in them, because other students, student athletes, kids, or whatever, see their favorite school or see a school that they had never heard of before on an NBA type platform. It's going to be major. It's going to be really, really major. I really want to put that out there because I believe more of our top ranked athletes should go to HBCUs. And I think that would change the financial landscape of HBCU sports and athletics and facilities and universities in general. That's just my thing. The fact that all these guys go to these big PWI institutions and not the HBCUs, and you see them with gazillions and gazillions of dollars, where the HBCUs are struggling to keep the lights on and having mold, Blackburn takeover. That's a different story. But anyway, the NBA is celebrating its 75th year this year of existence, right? 75 years of NBA basketball, of a league. The NFL is predominantly black. The NBA is overwhelmed with black people, right? The NBA is probably about 80% black, player-wise. There's no black owner. Was one black owner. One black owner, that's Michael Jordan. And Alex Rodriguez is Dominican. He's a part owner of the Timberwolves. But there's one majority owner that's black in the NBA. And there's not very many black executives. But it's 80% black as far as players go. Now think about this. For a league that's been 80% black for almost the entirety of its existence, we'll definitely say the last 40 years, right? Maybe even 50 years. So 2/3 of its existence has been between 70 and 80% black. This is the first HBCU Classic. It took 75 years, 74 years if you want to count the 2021 All-Star game, or 73 years if you want to count the 2020 All-Star game, but 70 years, over 70 years for the NBA, which is 70 to 80% black over the last, 50 years, 40 years at least, for them to recognize historically black colleges and universities. Why is that? That should bother you. That should bother you that it took for Chris Paul 75 years into this NBA to finally do something with the league that has 80%, 70 and 80% black players, to finally do something. That, to me, I don't think you should get a whole bunch of cookies. I don't think you should get a whole bunch of kudos. I'm not one to just like give you this great pat on the back, because it took you 75 years. When you have 70 to 80% black players in your league over the last 40 years easily, but I'm saying 50 years. So 2/3 of the existence of your league has been overwhelmed with black players. But it took until now to have an HBCU Classic. Now, why does that bother me? It bothers me because all of a sudden we're woke. All of a sudden we're woke. All of a sudden we love black people. And I'm not taking a shot at Adam Silver or it's just the institution. It's just the fact that we are going to celebrate and act like this is such a great thing. But it took 75 years for us to almost realize that black people and black colleges exist on a platform that's ran by and it's marketed by black people. That to me is a problem. I'm glad it's finally happening, but it's 70 years kind of too late, right? It's never too late, but it's 70 years late, right? I hope this is the start of something special. I hope that this allows more top athletes, especially in the basketball world, because we're seeing a transition over in the football world, but even more on the basketball world, because a lot of them are going to have to stay very long, to decide to go and to give back to the HBCUs institutions, to go and give back and help develop the programs at HBCUs, to go and to help develop the programs and uplift those programs at historically black colleges and universities, because they need it. They need it more than most. They need it more than your favorite PWI. They need it more than Duke. They need it more than Kentucky. They need it more than the University of Louisville. They need it more than Villanova. They need it more than Gonzaga. They need it more than all of those schools. They do. If you don't believe me, look up the hashtag Blackburn Takeover and look what's happening at one of the schools that's going to be featured in this HBCU Classic, Howard University. The students are paying $50,000 a year and have mold in their dorm rooms. Yes, mold in their dorm rooms. They need it. That's all I have to say. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss Channel. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.